All right, everybody. So I got some exciting news.
We got some exciting news.
Me and my wife, we bought our first house, and this is like probably like, aside from getting married and having a baby, this is the next biggest accomplishment for me. And
How old are we?
25.
25.
We're 25 and we just bought our house. Like, I couldn't have done it with like all the support that everybody gives me and like everybody pushing me. My wife, she's always pushing me. The baby, she don't even know right now, but she's always pushing me to do better. And I'm just happy to share this experience with everybody else and letting them know that like you can do it too. Like, just fucking find something you love to do and just go for it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is our house, and we're very excited. What do you think?
You can see the numbers and the house number and everything.
Yeah, make sure, give him the address, and like I'll throw him my social. I'm not even tripping. All right, what's going on, you guys? My name is Angelo. We're over here at the Midnight Gallery in downtown Sacramento, and we're gonna be doing some tattoos on my buddy. So first, we started this Pieta. We did these roses. We're doing an angel that we're gonna eventually add some wings on. And then right here, check that shit out, boom! And then, but right here, we're gonna be doing a Neptune. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Hey, make sure everyone sees my password. So we're gonna be doing a Neptune right here. And what we're gonna honestly be doing is building up this sleeve, and then we'll eventually fill in the gaps. And with this one, there's gonna be some wings coming off of her. Yeah, cool. All right, let's fucking get down with the get down. All right, guys, so in this video, I'm gonna be using the 5 liner and the 9 liner, all regular. It's not gonna be bug pin or tight. For the mags, I'm gonna be using the 7 liner, the 9 liner, the 13 mag, and the 23 mag. Curved, it's all gonna be curved. It's not tight or bug pin either. So, boom. All right, for the new things I'm gonna be using in this tattoo, I'm gonna be using the Bishop grip. It's a disposable grip. You guys will see it in the video. So it was my first time using it. Like I said, I always like trying new things out, and I actually really liked it, and the fact that it's disposable is so much more easier than certain things. And then the other thing I'm gonna be using that you guys are gonna notice that's brand new is I'm using a new machine. I'm using the Bishop V6. It's the matte black one. It's one of the tattoo machines that I use like in the beginning of my career, and I decided to kind of go back to my roots and kind of try that one out. All right, so for my drop solution, for my first cap, I do full black, and my second to that one is half black. My third cap is about 25 to 20%. My fourth cap is just the bottom is filled. My third cap is the bottom half is filled. And then the last cap is 1 drop. All right, guys, so this is gonna be the first time I'm gonna be stenciling on the iPad, and with the iPad app that I'm gonna be using is called Procreate right here. And one thing for Procreate that I know is you can only get it on the iPad, and like an Apple product is the only way you can get it. It's about, I don't know how much it is right now, but when I bought it, it was like $7, and that's not monthly. That's just a one-time buy. So I'm gonna go into the app, and then I already put my photo in there that I'm gonna be using. We're gonna be tattooing the Neptune today. We're only gonna be doing the head of the Neptune, and I don't need that little part. I mean, I don't need that little part right there. So we're just gonna be doing the head. So what I like to do is go into the settings, and then I'm gonna do the saturation, and then I go into layer, and then I do the saturation all the way down. So it's a black and white photo. And then Sometimes I'll do like maybe the brightness up a little bit or darker. In this situation, I'm just gonna bring it up a little bit just so I can see certain things. So then the next step is I'm gonna make another layer like this. And then what this layer is gonna let me do is when I go into draw, so let's go into black. Oh, you know what? Sometimes having the green is a little bit better because it pops out more. Since I got the other layer, I got the green. So the pencil shape I'm gonna be using is the ink one and then the syrup. If you guys have a better one that's better, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do the technical pen. If you guys have one that's better that you could recommend, let me know. So what we're gonna be doing is what I'm gonna show you. So I'm just gonna, that's way too small. Okay, so I'm just gonna outline like this. And then right there, this would be like black. Usually, sometimes I do things that will be black like that. And then I'm gonna outline this. And then I'll just kind of show you what it kind of looks like when I take off the layer. Like that. And then after I'm done outlining it, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do next. Alright guys, so I just finished the stencil. You guys can see over here. So look, if I take off this layer effect, boom, you guys can see all the detail right there. And then I'll bring it back. Boom, 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 boom. Actually, boom, 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 boom. Okay, so there's that. Now what I'm gonna do is take off this. So with this, I'm gonna go into my adjustments, go my brightness, and then go my layers, and I'm just gonna go like this and go all the way to the black. And that's my stencil right there. Boom. That's the stencil right there. Show them how to do it. So this is the Thermofax we use to get the stencil onto the paper if I ever draw it from here. So you guys seen that I stenciled it out, printed it out. So now we're gonna get this paper, take this part out because we don't need this. Then we're gonna get this part, put it under the purple, like that. And then we're gonna get this, put it in there right here. And I like to make it, I don't really know what their setting is for this one. I'll make it a little lighter, and then boom, bada bing, and now I'm gonna show you guys how it looks. Take this out. That's the stencil. That's what it looks like on that side. Dope. All right, so for every tattoo, I shave first. This is a new stencil stuff that I'm using. It's the Nico Hurtado stencil application. In my last video, I was using a different one. In this one, I like to try new things, so I'm trying out that one. Never used it before, but I can say good things about it. It works. So now for this stencil, I'm making sure I'm going really slow to like make sure nothing smears. And you know, you want to make your tattoo is as good as your stencil. And what I mean by that is if you got a solid stencil and it's not smeared, then you know, you'll have an easier time while you tattoo. I really like how this sat on the body, on the arm. All right. So now we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna start with my solid blacks in the beard. I usually like to kind of go with the motion of the beard, like how it's like wavy. In most of this video, we're gonna be kind of like not looking at the whole tattoo as like a piece, but we're gonna be dissecting each little image, kind of going from there and just talking about like what I do with that process. And so you can see right here that there's a lot of solid blacks that I'm trying to work on and trying to have the motion of the beard and how it goes. Like, so I think with this image, me personally, I think the beard is more pronounced than the actual face because just because there's so much of it and it's just like, it's hard not to kind of look at it. So like, I'm trying to really like, you know, pronounce that in this image. You guys can see that like, I'm using my fingers to stretch out, and then I'm using this part to stretch out also. And then I'm kind of going in. Always want to make sure your skin is stretched out nice when you're applying. It's a lot more easier. And you guys can see the grip that I'm using right there. Like, I like it. I'm using the 7 mag, and just kind of. What is going on?
I'm so sorry, this game.
Here, I'm gonna pause it.
Yes, he opened the door, and then as soon as I started going after her, she was like, let everybody out. Come on.
The whole squad, Chica's all, oh, what's up, RD? I'm all good now. Mel, go!
Weasel, come on.
All right. So I'm using the 7 mag. You know what's crazy? For this tattoo, I used the 7 mag the most I've ever used it in all of my tattoos that I've done. Like, I've never used the 7 mag this much, and I don't know. It's just one of those. Sometimes you just have those days when you want to kind of try something kind of different or new, and this was one of those days where like I used the 7 mag for a majority of this tattoo. Right here, we're using the 5 liner, and I'm just sketching it out. And I got the 1 drop, and I'm just kind of like this, the lip, I guess, was pretty challenging. So like, you just want to take your time with everything. And that's what you guys can obviously tell is what I did right here. Because first I'm gonna kind of sketch it out and make sure like my stencil's good, like where everything was. And you guys can see like the flow of the beard, how it's starting to look. After I'm done sketching it out and I kind of understand that part of the piece, I'll start to slowly go back in with my solid blacks and my other types of tones where it needs to be. And I'll just start building the piece up. You guys can see I did a little bit of background shading to help kind of pick apart what's forward and what's back. What I really like to emphasize when I tattoo or tell people what I do when I tattoo is just take your time. There's no rush. There's no like, you know, even if you don't finish that tattoo that day, like, it's okay. Just, you know, let it heal, then come back the next time and just kind of finish it until like you'll slowly get to like your speed will get faster, but it's all practice. Don't expect like the first time you tattoo, it's like the dopest thing in the world. I've done a lot of shitty tattoos, and I'll be the first to say it. I fucked my brothers up a lot, but I fixed a lot of them, but it's all practice. It's just what it is. So right here, we're just kind of, we're just doing a little bit more solid blacks until I kind of understand what other tones need to be in there. Some parts, even in this tattoo, they look solid black, but they're actually not. It's just the way you saturate it, the way I stretch it out and get into a different tone of the ink cap, it will look like it's the same color. But if you go into a different ink cap, and you tattoo it and you think it looks solid black, when it heals, I promise you, it's gonna look like that other ink cap. So just the more you tattoo and the more you get comfortable with it, you'll start to understand, like you'll understand the term trust your trust your drop solution and trust the inks. Because that's what I did have to learn a lot. I used to think like, holy shit, it's getting hella red. I need to keep going until I see some type of tone and then I'm good. And then when the redness calms down, you're like, fuck, that's actually pretty dark. But if you just kind of tattoo and it's kind of red, then when the redness calms down, you'll see that a tone in there and you'll be like, okay, that's kind of what I was working on right there. And then you can build it. So right here, I'm just using the 7 mag, honestly, and just going and just kind of finding my rhythm and the flow of which way I'm going. This is a good angle to see how I'm stretching out the skin. I'm using black gloves right here, but I ended up running out and I started using like the white gloves. I forgot what they're called, but black gloves are kind of hard to get right now, so I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear no shit about it. Seven mag, you can see that I'm kind of going slow with the 7 mag, and just kind of like, cause like there's times when I'll go and then you see me kind of stop, and then that's when I'm like looking at the image, and then I go back, and then kind of just trying to not be too precise, but enough to where I'm like, okay, this is it. I think in my next video soon, I'm gonna be having some special guests that are doing like just how I'm showing you guys. And what I wanna do with that is to kind of show you guys like everybody has their own style. So I'm really excited to be working with some other artists and kind of like having their perspective of all of this that I'm showing you. That way, like you guys can understand, just because I'm doing it this way does not mean it's the right way to do it. It's just the way I do it. So the next person, like whoever like is in the video, like you'll understand like, oh, this person does it like this, or this, you know, everything that I'm doing probably doesn't even work for you, you know what I mean? But like if it does, then that's dope. But I want to make sure like to show you guys like, this is how I do it. You know, I'm just kind of going slow, the three-point stretch. Right here, this is where we're doing the nose. This is like the bridge of the nose right here, kind of keep the highlight pretty big, and then go around and shade around that. Help kind of like bring it forward, bring it back. Now we're gonna start on the eye. I'm doing like the same kind of technique I did around the lips, where I kind of sketched it in first and understand where I'm gonna start putting more of the solid blacks in there. And maybe you guys could try it, and if you like that kind of approach, let me know. Definitely want to take my time when I do this this area. You guys can see that I look back and forth a lot. Now this part is like the other side of the eye, and what we did in this part is kind of did like some solid blacks in there, but then we toned it out because it's more like this way. Help with the layer, you know what I'm saying? The layer. That's kind of what I'm trying to do right there. So this is like the cast shadow right up here, like above the ear this way. And most of it we did solid black, but then I did like the second to the first black, so about that 50%. And right here I'm using the biggest mag, and I'm just kind of going slow. And I did the full bottom cap filled one right here on most of the on most of the face. Just kind of took my time. We weren't going nowhere, you know what I'm saying? This is the eyes right here. This is like under, like the bags, I guess you would say, right there. Just it's a good place so you could kind of see what I was doing with the beard, kind of like that motion of it. Now we're doing the bridge of the nose right here. And then kind of like, the more darker, like in certain images right here, the more structured it is. But that doesn't mean like every single face has to be dark right there. It's just like, if you can notice it, then do it. It will really help out the tattoo. I like to drag the mag a lot sometimes. So like if you see that, you can kind of see like on the cheek right here that like I'm just dragging the mag and kind of like creating a tone. I saw someone do that a long time ago, and it kind of stuck with me. I kind of do that sometimes too. We're doing like the eyebrow right here, and I'm just kind of doing like some solid blacks and kind of building it up as I go. Just using the 5 liner. And then back to the 7 mag. It's like above the ear right here. I'm just trying to go with the motion, and with the 7 mag, you can really see that like I'm trying to take my time. Look, I got 1 black glove and then 1 white glove. Now I got 2 white gloves. Dope. Starting to trend. This is definitely above the head right here. This is like right there. And I'm just filling in little solid blacks where I see them. Just kind of going slow. Do want to emphasize, always make sure you stretch out the skin. It's going to be way easier when you tattoo. I wonder what this is going to look like when it's done. Just going slow. You guys can see how much black I used. I try to use a lot of black in my tattoos. That way, over time, like the more black you use, I guess the more stronger it will heal over time. But that doesn't mean like full on black. It just means like certain spots, like the spots you want to pronounce, and just like, you know, like what I was talking about, like the bridge. Like if you keep those pretty solid black over time, they'll be more darker than the rest of the face, so like it'll still keep that structure kind of under the nose, like corners of lip, like the line on the lip, and then right here, even like bottom, definitely like under chin type areas. So right here is just the, this one looks, yeah, this one is like the bottom cap filled, just kind of going back and forth. This is the 13 mag, and I'm just going real slow and just kind of like getting it in there, but like trying to keep it smooth. And then now we're gonna start the white. The white, always before the white, I always take a break, kind of stretch out, and then get back into it. So with the white, I guess I use a different amount of white than other people. It's like, I don't know. I like to kind of have a balance in it. I guess with all my tattoos, you can see like each one has the same amount of white. And I like to try to stay consistent with my tattoos, especially for sculptures, because, yeah. You could just see I'm going slow and just kind of doing my thing. Then we're kind of, you know, we're going over, like this is like towards, yeah, the forehead. This tattoo is really fun to do. I feel like the white is so messy. Now we're gonna be using the 7 mag and going in there, only like certain spots. I don't go too crazy with the 7 mag and the white. I just do only certain spots, like right here, it's just the bridge of the nose, and then a little bit under the eyes. All right, it's looking like we're almost done. Yeah, this is getting the final wipe. All right, guys, so we just finished the tattoo. Here it is. He's a little red, but that's okay. He'll calm down. How long did this take? We started at like 1:30 maybe. It's almost 10 o'clock. So this tattoo took about 8.5 hours, 7.5 hours. You know, something like that. I don't know. But, you know, we made sure we had the whole day to do the tattoo. With tattooing, you do not have to rush anything. Just take your time. And that's what we did with this one. We took enough breaks where like I could, you know, really stretch out, keep the blood flowing. I think that's very important for any artist. I don't think that you should base yourself on how long you could tattoo for rather than taking your breaks and really, you know, it's going to help out in the long run. So that's what we did. And that's what I like to do with all my tattoos. But yeah. All right, you guys, we just finished the Neptune video, and you know, it was a challenging tattoo. A lot of these tattoos that I kind of show you guys, like, they're all challenging, but I just want to, you know, try to do my own perspective on how I do certain things. So I hope you guys did like the video. If you guys have any questions or comments, like, please put it down below. All of them get read, and they all like it helps me like understand what you guys want and whatever. Like, just please make sure, you know, like the video, subscribe, turn on your notifications. That way, when the next time or the post notification, that way the next time I do post a video, you guys are one of the first to watch it and, you know, have a good time. I do want to say thank you to you guys. Like, without you guys and the support that I get, then if I didn't get no cool support, I would not be doing these, and I'd be like, whatever. you know, but I got a lot of people that really follow me and they like what I kind of show and bring to the table, I guess. And it really makes me want to keep doing them. So I am going to keep doing them. And like I said, I want to put some special guests up in here and like have other people show the way they do it. And I think that would be pretty cool. And I think you guys would like to see, you know, there's not just one way to tattoo. Other people have their own ways. So, yep. All right. And like I said, please like the video, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.